Good morning. It is 5:32 a.m. Friday, August 21st. And let's jump into a financial news update and news that should not surprise you. Markets are going to implode and the crime rate will spike, according to this man, Gerald Calente. This is from kitco.com, which is my go-to website for precious metals price news. And the video here is 17 minutes. We're not playing the whole thing. I just kind of fast forwarded it to an excerpt that I wanted you to hear. You can go to Kitco's YouTube channel or go to kitco.com to view this video. But let's just watch this for a second.
So now, what are they talking about? The beginning of this year in January, the United States may have a $1 trillion deficit. Oh, and now they're talking about almost a $4 trillion deficit. $4 trillion. So what I'm saying is the actions that they're taking are only more destructive. And as you see other countries trying to get away from the dollar, and that happens, and the reserve currency goes down, this country crashes.
So do you think there's going to be inflation or deflation?
I call it dragflation, in that you're going to see the economy going way down, but inflation going up for two reasons.
Yeah.
Inflation going up because it's going to take, I don't care what country it is, the value of your currency is going to go down. So it's going to take more of your currencies to buy that product. So that's inflationary. Number two, because they've closed down everything, there's a supply chain breakdown. You go into stores, they're empty, shelves are empty. We have construction going on here in one of my buildings. We can't get pressure-treated lumber. We can't get electrical equipment. Prices are going up because they locked down everything. So you have a shortage of supply at the same time when your currency is weakening. So it's dragflation. The economy is going to go down hard, and inflation is going to go up.
Okay, last question.
Okay, so this is the kind of talk that I hear a lot, right? So I listen to realists, and if you want to call them black pillars, I understand, but these guys are looking at the math, right? I get it. You don't want to feel down or demoralized. I call these guys realists when it comes to financial markets. On the other hand, I listen to X22 Report and a lot of people that love Trump and QAnon, and those guys are huge white pillars, and they think the market will never go down despite the fact that, we've printed trillions of dollars this year and, like this man says, locked everything down. Which is why I'm going to say you need to really spread your chips out here. I would not have all your chips on one number, one color. If you know the game of roulette, I would have your chips all over the board. Gold, silver, precious metals are good against deflation and inflation. Maybe some stocks, but I think that's the riskiest thing right now. Second to actually keeping your money in cash. That's probably the riskiest play, is actually having your money in a bank. I would make sure your checking account is not where 80 or 90 or 100% of your money is right now. Maybe 20%. Take out, or at least have enough money in your checking account for a few months of expenses, rent, utilities. The way you usually pay those things is probably through your checking account, but make sure you're using the rest of your money and hedging your bets into something else, because I think this guy's right. Of course I want to be wrong. You listen to guys like X22, they're like, the markets are never going down, the president is the man, and I want to believe that, and I do like Trump for sure, but you got to really, really think about this realistically. It just doesn't, the market doesn't make sense right now, okay? It just doesn't. Let's actually read the article. The stock markets are not reflective of economic reality, and this overdue correction can be expected by fall, said Gerald Calente, publisher of the Trends Journal. I believe September or October, we're going to see the markets unraveling the way they should. There's actually no reason for them to keep going up. Only a few stocks should be going up, and the whole thing should be breaking apart, Calente told Kitco News. When the winter starts coming back in, people start getting real again. This week, the S&P 500 hit all new-time highs, surpassing COVID levels for the first time since February. Okay, so the difference between February and August 21st is that the government didn't pump the market with trillions of dollars. So that is not the same all-time high as it would have been had there not been any massive quantitative easing or money printing this year. Try not to be fooled by this. Calente said the economic recovery is not as strong as what the recent rally in stocks is making it out to seem. The markets are the artificial inflator to keep the people from knowing how long this is going and how bad it is, he said. A global recession would have likely happened even if COVID didn't cripple the economy this year, and that's true. Before this happened, there was negative GDP in Japan, negative GDP coming out of Germany. How about Mexico? They were in a recession already. How about the riots going on in Lebanon, in Hong Kong, in Chile, in Bolivia, in Colombia, in India? India had 7 quarters of declining GDP before C-19 hit in 2020. They fired over 1 million people in the auto industry. On improving the current job market, Calente said that the Federal Reserve will likely continue their stimulus measures, but to no avail. They're going to keep trying to pump it up, and it's not going to work. As the job market remains below pre-COVID levels of productivity, the average worker gets more frustrated, crime will start to escalate. Okay, so let's talk about prepping and not with financials. When you do go to the grocery store, you get your normal shopping list, the stuff you buy every time you go, and then I want you to ask yourself, do I have a 5 or 10 or 20 pound bag of dry rice? Do I have a 5 or 10 or 20 pound bag of beans? Dry beans, uncooked. Do I have jars and jars and jars of peanut butter? Assuming you're not allergic. If the answer is no, then you need to buy these things. I have the rice, I have the beans. That lasts a long, long time. The peanut butter lasts maybe 6 months to 12 months, but you can actually eat it as it gets close to its expiration date. It's incredibly nutritious and dense in calories. Those are the things that I would buy, and that's what I buy. So I have the rice, I have the beans, I have the peanut butter, I have emergency water in the garage. Okay, so I had the company Alhambra, which is well known in the United States, but other water delivery companies exist in other countries, and these are the companies that would generally deliver water to an office building or a corporation. They're happy to do home delivery. They'll probably try to sell you on an office type cooler, you know what I mean, where you stick the bottle upside down and it goes into the cooler, and then you can hit the faucet and have warm water, cold water, etc. You don't need the cooler. If you want one, get it. But I just got them to deliver 10 jugs, and that was during COVID. That was when it first started happening. You got your water, your food. Other than that, you need weapons. I'm sorry, I know, some people may not like to hear this, but if crime spikes, there will be home invasions. What do you think's going to happen? It's not going to be necessarily your rapers, your murderers, except if they absolutely need to do that because their families are starving. They're going to come into your house with guns. If you're not firing back with guns, they're going to take what they need. Hopefully that doesn't mean hurting anyone you love or sexually assaulting them, but they're going to ask you where your safe is. They're going to put a gun to your head while you type the code into the safe and open it up and give all your precious metals and all your reserves to them. You need to be well defended. You should put security cameras on your house, mount them inside and outside. You should have other systems in place, and you need to be prepared to open fire if people start breaking through your door. It is that serious if we get to this point. We're obviously not at that point right now, but as they say, it's better to have a gun and not need it than to need a gun and not have it. So, be wise here, guys. And that's all the doom and gloom I'm going to say, but I think a lot of us probably agree with this gentleman. To summarize, make sure you are prepared for the markets imploding. Okay, let's try to talk about some crypto after that doom and gloom. Bitcoin market is looking like early 2016, just before the price exploded, and this article came out just after my update yesterday, so it's almost 24 hours old. Bitcoin, along with the wider cryptocurrency market, has come to life over the last few months. The Bitcoin price, after crashing under $4,000 per Bitcoin in the broad March coronavirus crash, has bounced to around $12,000, boosted by some high-profile investors betting on Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency asset manager Grayscale has said the current Bitcoin market structure parallels that of early 2016 before its historic bull run, meaning the Bitcoin price could be headed sharply higher. I agree, especially right now. Especially after what we just talked about. Where do you think people are going to want to put their money? In depreciating assets. Appreciating assets. Assets that do not keep creating themselves, like cash, fiat currency, worth less and less every year. Bitcoin can't do that. Amidst unprecedented monetary and fiscal stimulus, investors are searching for ways to protect against an ever-expanding monetary supply. Grayscale researcher director Phil Bonello wrote in a report titled Making Sense of Bitcoin's Value, outlining different ways of valuing Bitcoin. Because of Bitcoin's unique qualities, such as its verifiable scarcity and a supply that can't be controlled by a central authority, we believe it can be leveraged as a store of value and as a way to escape this great monetary inflation. A number of investors, including famed Paul Tudor Jones, have turned to Bitcoin in recent months to combat the inflation they see coming as a result of the unprecedented coronavirus stimulus measures the U.S. government and the Federal Reserve have used to prop up the economy. As a result, the Bitcoin price has climbed to its highest price since June last year and sparked a fresh wave of confidence among Bitcoin investors that could be heading back to all-time highs. Yeah, but also don't forget that we had a halving this year, and the last Bitcoin bull run of 2017 was about a year and change after the previous halving. So that's the other thing. Bitcoin is now twice as hard to mine. Bitcoin soared to around 20,000 per coin in late 2017 after starting the year at under 1G, propelled by a retail investor gold rush that some might think will be restarting. Bitcoin's recent price action really took off from the 10K level, indicating price confidence in the big move at the end of July. Joe DiPasquale, the chief executive of SF-based Bitcoin and crypto hedge fund BitBull Capital, said via email, adding Bitcoin's struggle to get firmly past the 12K hurdle could be necessary for the market to cool down and catch a breath. Moving forward, we can expect the market to lean on the support zone between 11,000 and 11,500 to consolidate and try another push above 12K. I am still extremely bullish on crypto and Bitcoin. Okay, this article didn't even mention the halving, which I just discussed. Market watch: Omise Go spikes 100%. Bitcoin price flat. Yeah, Omise Go, and I'm happy to tell you I have some. I am not a maximalist. A maximalist is someone who believes in one coin and puts all their money into that coin. I am someone who's more like a, how do I say this? I spread my chips all over the board. Like literally when you look at crypto, if you look at the crypto market as a board of roulette, I put like a good number of chips all over different cryptos that I think are good, most of them in the top 20 or top 30. Obviously, I have more holdings in the top 5 than in the others, but like, yeah, I actually own some Omise Go, and it's kind of pleasant to see that one of my holdings is going up. I would never have thought it was this one though. Bitcoin's dominance declines as the assets stay stable, with some altcoins skyrocketing in value. Omise Go network is up by more than 100% yesterday. The cryptocurrency market has recovered from some of the losses it registered in the past few days. Bitcoin is up by 1%, while some altcoins are making impressive double and even triple-digit gains, with Omise Go network leading the pack. The altcoin market became accustomed to significant fluctuations, and the past 24 hours don't disappoint. One alt stands above all: the Omise Go network. Omise Go has exploded in value in the past few weeks, and especially since yesterday when the company announced that the most widely used stablecoin, Tether, will utilize its blockchain. Omise Go traded at $1.50 on August 12th, and in just 9 short days skyrocketed by more than 500% to its new 2-year high of over $9. In the past 24 hours alone, the asset is up 105%, even though it has retraced to $7.50 as of writing these lines. Okay, well, it lists a number of other coins that have gone up, and yep, I see it, that's cool. The situation among large cap alts is much more stable. Ethereum has bounced off its yesterday's bottom at 395 and is currently trading at 415. Ripple was up 1.5%. Yeah, okay, got it. I can show you all that in the market cap. Interestingly, Chainlink has dropped by 7% since yesterday. Good, finally. I don't know what's going on with that coin. Bitcoin recovers slightly, but loses dominance. The primary crypto has been on a downtrend for a few days, diving from its new yearly high of 12,450 to 11,600. However, the bulls took control at that level, which is the 50 EMA, okay, and BTC has increased a bit to its current level of about 11,830. Should the asset fall even further, it can rely on 11,400 and the psychological level at 11,000 as support. Alternatively, if BTC overcomes decisively 11,800, it could challenge 12,000 again. With the lack of substantial price movements, while many altcoins surge in value, Bitcoin's dominance suffers. The metric comparing Bitcoin's market cap against all their other coins has dropped by 1% since yesterday to 58.7. Okay. Cool, good for Omise Go. with that, let's just go straight to the coin market cap. Let's take a look at everything. Yep, pretty much exactly what they said. Let's go down and see where Amize Go is. I think it was, yeah, it's the number 24 coin now. Look at that. It's really up, guys. Good for Amize Go. Really good. I'm happy for that coin. I'm really surprised, but cool. And in precious metals news, gold is down significantly, back down to the 1930s, and silver is still looking pretty at $26. It's so funny how volatile gold is these days with these like large dollar drops versus silvers, even though silver is technically down higher percentage. I still tell you, and what do I tell you every time we get to this? Buy silver, guys. Buy it up, buy it up, buy it up. I've been listening to Lynette Zhang a lot more, and she loves silver eagles, but she's not a fan of gold eagles. She would prefer you go and find gold collectible coins, and they're very hard to find online. I think the thing to do is maybe go to your local gold dealer for something like that, which I plan to do very soon. With that, have a good Friday. This video that I played earlier, try not to let it get into your head. Just take precautions. Get down on one knee and praise Christ to keep watch over your family during hard times, and do not give in to fear no matter what happens, okay, folks? Just be prepared. That's all I have to say. I hope that was a fruitful update, and I will see you tomorrow, probably. Definitely not Sunday. And with that, have a great weekend. Take care.